All right, welcome to the Live Your Dreams podcast, where success leaves clues and someone has your answer. Joined as always by my lovely co-host, Miss Tia McKisson.
Hello.
Hey Tia, so last week you took a sabbatical. So how was your week last week?
It was great.
It was good.
How was yours?
It was good. And one thing I got to say, for the whole month of July, you didn't take off not once. I don't know if you, for the whole month of August, you didn't take off not once. You know that?
Oh, okay.
And then, but you deserve it because, again, you said once a month, but you did really well last month.
Right.
And now it's starting to become fun, man. We're doing these podcasts. Did you watch the one we did last week in your absence with Take Charge?
Yes.
Yeah, he's going to come back for a part 2.
He was excited.
Yeah, he's going to come back for a part 2 also. It feels good to be able to connect with some young people, you know, now that we're getting older. You know,
Not that much older.
I know, right? But it feels good. And I felt good to be able to talk to someone much younger and really be able to connect, you know. Just
and
so
I had my birthday last week.
happy birthday. So we got to sing happy birthday to you. So we got to sing happy birthday. So happy birthday to you. So you're not there yet, but you're almost half of 100. You feel any different?
I feel great. I feel younger.
Yeah, it's weird because you used to think that once you get older,
I thought 49, 50 was old, but it's not.
Yeah, once you start getting that age, you know, you realize that,
it's not old.
Right, it's not old at all. You're just getting started, especially for us. We're just getting started with that. So, I mean, just really feels good. So, happy birthday. 49 years old, almost half of 100. Not there yet, but you're getting there. So, I know when y'all turn 50, the triplets, y'all going to do something special for the 50th?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that should be really nice, man. Really good.
You'll be 50 before us, so we're...
Yep, I'll be half of 100 in February.
Right.
Yeah, looking forward to it and really feel great because now that we're taking our health back, I really feel good. 49 years old, I didn't know 49 could feel this good. I really didn't. And I could just imagine when I get 50, how I probably feel even better.
Right.
So that's what we're talking about today. We're talking about accountability partners. And I definitely look to you as my accountability partner for everything, for health, for wealth, for just my sanity, accountability partner. But when you think about accountability partner, what comes to your mind? If I just say, hey, accountability partner, what comes to your mind?
Well, somebody that helps you do things and, you know, help you, you know, such as like the fitness with us, what you saying, T, it's time to get up. Let's go ahead. Let's go walk. You know, what does it mean to you?
Well, it's the same thing. I think because, you know, sometimes I don't feel like getting up. You know,
don't either.
I don't. But when you're there and you say, hey, let's go, I feel motivated.
Right. And then after I do it, I'm like, I'm glad you pushed me.
Right. And I think you need that accountability partner because I believe in self-motivation. I do. I do believe in self-motivation. But sometimes you need that assistance, right? You need that individual. I never forget this story. It was an individual who was running a marathon, like a 28-mile marathon. And to run those type of marathons, you have to practice.
Right.
You have to do months and months and months of practice to run a 28-mile marathon or whatever the mileage is. But anyway, during practice, he had an accountability partner running with him.
Right.
And he said, I guess around at the 12-mile mark, his body was about to shut down. He felt really tired. Mm-hmm. And he said he looked at his accountability partner, and they would just keep going like nothing was bothering them.
Right.
And he said, hey, if this guy could do it, I could do it. And so he kept running.
Right.
But then when they finished, you know, mile 28 or whatever mile it was doing practice, you know, they fell out. They were tired. And the accountability partner that he was looking to for motivation said to him, man, when I got around to the 12-mile mark, I was exhausted, but I looked over at you and I saw you going. So he was looking for him to motivation.
Right.
But at the same time, he was looking at him for motivation.
And most of the time when I'm at the park in the morning, I'm looking at your feet and I'm like, gosh, he going and going and going.
Yeah.
And I try to, you know, do it because you're doing it.
Yeah, and I think the same thing. I look at you. I say, "Hey,
I be tired though."
Yeah, if Tia can do 4 laps, I can do 4 laps. So it's like with the accountability partner, it works both ways. Mm-hmm. It's not like the accountability partner, even with a mentor relationship. It's not like the protege is getting everything from the mentor. The mentor is getting things from the protege too,
right?
Because again, it's sharpening your skills. So it's the same thing with accountability partner when it comes to taking your health back. Mm-hmm. It really helps, even with diet. Sometimes, you know, we'll go out And again, say I want to have a drink or something, because when I go out, I it's almost like in my brain I have to have a drink.
Right.
And now you don't really even drink, so you'll get a water or something like that. Now you'll say, "Hey, get a water," and sometimes I'll get a water, right?
Right.
But it helps when you have that person, drinking water, and this is just hypothetical, drinking water and then telling you to get water. With that accountability partner, it feels a little bit better or easier, right?
Right.
So if you were sitting up there saying, "Hey, let me get a Mai Tai too," not saying you're responsible for the other person, but it helps when you have that accountability partner, somebody there helping you and get the result that you want.
Right.
Does that make sense? So I know in health, it definitely helps with the accountability partner. But how do you think, when you talk about finances, how do you think having an accountability partner in finances help you?
Well, you got to have somebody helping you with that, saving money, because if not, somebody's going to be spending more.
Yeah.
Out of control with it.
Yeah, I think so too. I think with even with finances, you have that accountability partner. Also,
just like we made a plan, to save and invest.
Yeah. So,
and hold each other accountable and come back and have a meeting and say, how much did you save? Or how much did you invest in like 6 months?
And plus it makes it fun.
Right.
Because it's not like a burden. Because again, it's like a friendly competition almost.
Right.
Where you want to say, hey, here's what I did for the month. Let me see what you did.
What did you do?
Or vice versa. I think that helps also when you do that. So you think of health, you think of wealth, you think of just peace of mind. But one of the things I want to get into when you talk about accountability partner is relationships. Because one of the things I do believe that relationships are the base of a community.
Right.
Without those solid relationships, the community breaks down. So I want to talk about relationships and accountability partner. But first, let's just real quick go to our sponsors. Okay. Let's talk about Short Child Care. Short name, long in service. That was Tom's quote. Also, one of the things, ladies and gentlemen, if you're in need of child care, please call the number on the screen. Short Child Care is full, but are taking names because it is a waiting list. But Short Child Care is working hard to expand at this time also. More to come on that. But again, Short Child Care, short name, long in service. That was Tom's quote. All right, we're back. So now, Tia, let's talk about accountability partners in relationships.
What do you think that's all about?
I'm going to tell you the best quote I ever heard about this. I don't know if it was a minister or somebody said this. They said, hey, in this house, everybody knows where everybody goes, right? Okay. I thought when you talk about accountability partners, that's probably the best quote to sum up accountability. Everybody knows where everybody goes. When you think about that, I don't think there's ever a point, and again, we're not telling nobody how to have your relationship, but we're just talking about accountability partners and try to help somebody. This is Live Your Dreams podcast with success leaves clues, and someone has your answer. We may have someone's answer on this, but everybody knows where everybody goes. I don't think there's any time you don't know where I am.
Right, that's true.
And I don't think there's any time I don't know where you are.
Right.
And I think that's one of the keys. And again, that goes back to vacations. We always vacation together. If we're going out, we always go out together. I don't think we have like a separate life. I don't know if that's good or bad. I mean, that could be a bad thing, right? We've been married, going on 28 years. It worked for us. But I don't know how I could respond or how, because I try to keep a positive attitude.
Right.
I don't know how I would how I would stay positive if I didn't know where you were.
Right. I couldn't be positive either.
Because I think my brain or it'd be playing tricks on me, trying to guess or figure out.
Well, in a relationship, you should have trust. Yeah. If you love that person, you'll trust them that they're telling you the truth.
Yeah.
But I've seen a lot, especially lately on TV, the movies we've been watching. Yeah. A lot of people don't be
Fatal Attraction.
They're not truthful about
right?
where they going or what they doing.
Yeah. And I think that's where the problems lead to. But I think that goes back and help me because maybe I don't quite understand, but I think that phrase, everybody knows where everybody goes, solves that problem. Because it shouldn't be any time I'm somewhere that you don't know.
Right.
And you have
but
to
you
guess.
Got to understand, you love your family, you love your wife, you want to come home. Some people don't.
Yeah, and I think that might be the problem. So that's not really accountability partner.
Everybody don't have a good household.
Yeah, that's not an accountability partner. And I think that's one of the things when you look at accountability, whether it's relationships, whether it's health, whether it's finances, or whatever accountability we're talking about.
Right.
I think and it's even with a protege mentor relationship, you have to have that right person. Because again, with an accountability partner, you have to have the right person, somebody that's going to hold you accountable.
Right.
And without that accountability, there is no.
It could be chaos.
Yeah, and it's no relationship.
Right.
Because with accountability, you have someone on the other end that's want to see you succeed as much as you want yourself to succeed.
Right.
Right. So I think when you talk about, I guess, with us, and we're each other's accountability partner, I want you to do well in life as much as you want yourself to do well.
That's true.
Right? And I know you want me to do well in life as much as I want it. So I think with that accountability partner, first and foremost, you got to have the right person.
Right.
And if you don't have the right person, you have to identify that. And something's got to give.
Right.
Right? Either that communication has to happen to know what the expectations are.
Right.
There has to be some type of change to make that accountability partnership work, right?
Right.
Because without that, again, I don't think we're the last, what they say, the last of the traditionalists or whatever they said that stuff was. I don't think we're the last of the traditionalists. I think relationships are always going to be there.
Right.
But I think healthy relationships is what we need to spotlight and what we need to show. Because if we constantly show unhealthy relationships, eventually someone's going to get led astray to that. So it's the same thing. We have to spotlight healthy relationships so that individuals could say, okay, that's what a healthy relationship looked like. Let's go more towards that.
You got to be honest with people.
Yeah, I think so. Honesty. And sometimes I think with us, it was easier to be honest because both of us know that you and I are both flawed. I think we started off that way where you knew I wasn't perfect. I knew you wasn't perfect. And we started off that way.
Right.
So it's easier to trust someone where you could be vulnerable. Does that make sense?
That's true.
Because I think when you talk about honesty, sometimes you get embarrassed if you're too honest with somebody and they don't understand that you are flawed, right? Mm-hmm. But I think with the accountability partner, this is someone you want to be honest with.
Right.
Because they're there to help you, right?
That's true.
So that's one of the things, and that was good, too. You just helped me with that, especially with the honesty piece with the accountability partner.
And even if you think it's going to hurt their feelings, just be honest.
Yeah.
You know, you hurting them by not telling them the truth.
Bingo. And you're not shy to give feedback. So that's one of the things, and what you just said was true. If you don't tell someone or give them the feedback, you could be hurting them.
Right.
You're not helping them, you're hurting them. So that's one of the things when you talk about accountability, an accountability partner, you want to make sure that you're being truthful. But I think that starts in the beginning too, Tia, when the relationship is being established, really setting the ground rules on what are we trying to do here. That's right? True. And, hey, I'm open to feedback. I guess I got to say, hey, I'm open to feedback. Mm-hmm. And your accountability partner has to know that, hey, I'm here to give feedback too, right? I'm here to give honest feedback to help you, not to hurt you. Tom used to say that. I want to help you, not hurt you. He used to say that all the time. I want to help you, not hurt you. And sometimes by helping someone, you have to give them honest feedback that may be truthful, that if it may touch their insecurities.
Right.
Right? But I think if you don't give it to them, you could hurt them that way also.
That's true.
You know? So I know health, that's probably the biggest one where you need that accountability partner, especially if you were in a situation like me where the pounds were just coming on and coming on. They wouldn't stop. I needed that accountability partner, someone to help me to hold me accountable.
Just saying enough is enough.
To say, hey, you don't need that Twinkie, right? Or you don't need those Oreos. You need that, man.
Right.
I don't think I could have done what I've done, even though we're not done yet. I don't think I could have done what I've done without you being there and helping me with that.
You've been doing good.
Because the accountability partnership is healthy and it works. Mm-hmm. Now, I've never seen you where you just came and said something hurtful to me just to hurt my feelings. I never had to worry about that. But I know you've gave me feedback that I didn't like. Right. And you didn't mind. You wasn't shy to give feedback. And that helped
I want you to give feedback to me, too.
Yeah, right.
Whether it's good or bad.
Absolutely.
Let me know.
Yeah.
I don't want to be walking around and,
But that's a part of the relationship piece we're talking. With the accountability partner, you have to be open like that.
Right.
You have to say, hey, please give me feedback. I want it. I'm open to feedback. Without that, the accountability partnership doesn't work. Mm-hmm. You have to have someone
Just like we was in conversation when we went out to eat, and you said, how can I be a better husband? Or, vice versa.
Yeah, because
and sometimes you got to ask each other that.
Because sometimes you don't know. I mean, honestly, I could be thinking I'm doing good, and you could be saying, nah, man, you don't spend enough time, you work too much, or whatever it may be.
Right.
But I think when you have those conversations as accountability partner, those conversations, it open up. What are you looking for? Okay, what's the result we're looking for?
Right.
What are we here for? What are we doing? And I think that's one of the things when you have an accountability partner you need to do. You need to have that type of open relationship where you open the feedback, and you need to have that relationship where the accountability partner is not shy to give feedback.
That's true.
They don't want to, and again, you don't want no accountability partner who just want to be spiteful and hurtful and just damage your ego or your self-esteem. Mm-hmm. But you want somebody who's honest and giving you feedback that they know that's going to help you and that you need.
Right.
Does that make sense? All right. In conclusion, you have anything else you want to add about the accountability partner, Tia?
Just be honest with your partners.
Be honest, yeah. And remember the quote I said, and it's not my quote, so I don't want to say, hey, I did the quote. Oh. But it said, everybody knows where everybody goes. And I think that's one, hopefully that helps somebody, because again, that helped me, because it made sense.
Right.
And it really made sense. That just stuck with me. All right. So again, ladies and gentlemen, I hope everyone have an amazing week. Again, you can participate with that to make it amazing, okay? And again, it's up to you. So again, participate. This is your life, all right? Live your dreams, because again, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow's not promised, right? Right. Don't take it for granted. Tomorrow is not promised, okay? So again, I'll see you, and yes, I do mean you, living your dream.